So, I have my granola here. Can't really see it, it's kind of gross. I'm going to talk about my Torrid Dance Moms fanfiction past. So, when I was like 10, so like 2011, 9 or 10 years old, Lifetime decided to come out with a reality TV show called Dance Moms about a competitive dance group in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, run by this like absolute tyrant and crazy person, Abby Lee Miller. You might know it, you might have seen it, you might have been a Torrid Dance Moms fan fiction writer yourself. Anyway, it was about, I think, 7 girls. Chloe Lucasiak, Maddie Ziegler, whom many might know from being the girl in Sia's videos, her sister, Kenzie Ziegler, Brooke Highland, Paige Highland, oh my god, what's her last name? She goes by her middle name now, it's Nia Sue. Nia Sue, and, what's her face? Kendall Vertez. These girls are all my age. Brooke is like, I think 2 or 3 years older, and Kenzie's like a few years younger. So they're all within a 6-year age range of each other. Very talented, competitive dancers. Oh my god. Insane. Amazing. This is a Vietnamese iced coffee. We make really strong coffee and put sweet condensed milk in it. It's delicious. So insanely talented. Have a TV show with drama can fall up the wazoo. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I watched it with my sisters, and I was like, what if I combine my burgeoning love of writing with my already established love of dance? And then so I had been dancing since I was 3 years old, and I was at the time like 11. I was in company at my dance studio, which I don't know if that's like a real thing, but it wasn't my dance studio, where you would like take classes 3 times a week. You would take jazz, tap, and ballet classes. And I also took a lyrical class on the day I had like tap, but that wasn't a required thing. And you're basically just like, you didn't go to competitions or anything, but it was just like a higher pedestal. You were apparently more advanced. I don't know. But I was dancing with girls who were 3 years younger than me, so I really wasn't that more advanced. But I loved it, but it was awful. Anyway, I was like, oh, these girls are like me, even though they weren't at all. I love this. Like, I connect to this deeply. So it was, the birth of the new social media in a sense. So like Instagram was becoming a thing. So I thought, I will make an Instagram fan page for these girls. Why was that my thought process? I have no idea. So I made an Instagram fan page, which is still up on the internet. It's called Chloe_is_fab, and you can find it, and I totally lied about myself. The angle switched. I gave myself a different name, a different life story, a different everything. It was ridiculous. All you need to know is that like it was a little weird. I'd make edits. I was part of the edit fan clubs. Edit pyramids, because the whole thing was like on Dance Moms was like there was a pyramid of like the girls you would see based on their performance at the competition the week prior. I would just like everyone to know that 1, pyramids are not a thing, and 2, a lot of competitive dance groups don't go to competitions every single weekend. Like some do, but it's not like the norm. Most people will go like twice in a month, once a month, every couple months. Nothing like really wacky like you see on social media or Dance Moms. Anyway, so I ran that Dance Moms spam account, which you can still find on the internet if you want it. And I remember everyone was scared about hacking. Everyone was always scared about hacking. Who would want to hack a Dance Moms fan account? I have no clue. But I was like, there's a hacking scare going around. And I was like, y'all are being silly. Like, there isn't going to be a hack. No one's going to get hacked. I'm going to log off for the night and see y'all tomorrow. And then I got logged out of my own account because I didn't remember the password. So it was karma, you know, like knocking on me. So then I was like, you know what? Screw this fake personality I've made for myself. I'm going to create a Dance Moms fanfiction account. It was dance_moms_fanfic, no, not underscore, 00. You can't find it on the internet because I deleted it after my mom wanted all my passwords and I was scared she would find out about that. But I ran a moderately successful Dance Moms fanfiction Instagram account. And just know that there's drama confirmed involved in that because there's always fandom drama in any fandom you ever go into. Like, people would, like, get involved in their personal lives, and then people would be like, I actually think Brooke should be with Brandon and not, I don't even remember her real boyfriend's name. Or, like, Josh was the brother of, Paige and Brooke, and everyone shipped him with Chloe, because Chloe and Paige were best friends. There was no rhyme or reason to it, but this whole fandom was, like, 13-year-old girls. So, they would, like, get into They would get into Josh Hyland's, like, personal life, which he was not, you know. He was like, I didn't sign up for this, which I totally get. It was just a whole thing with so much drama that was unnecessary. It was nutty. It was crazy. And I ran this moderately successful Dance Moms fanfiction account that garnered, like, maybe 4,000 followers. And I remember I was really into it. Like, it was my real big thing. I was doing so much writing. It was crazy. I did, like, 12 chapter fan fictions, which I would post in Instagram comments. Like, every picture would be the same because then you'd know, like, which chapter it was. And then I'd, like, post in between to be like, oh, look at this thing. Or, like, here's my, like, 2 cents on something. But I'd post, like, I think I posted maybe, like, 20 fan fictions, which were all around 12 chapters. Or you'd post, like, a one-shot, which is, like, exactly what the name sounds. It's, like, a one-chapter fan fiction. Some of you might be familiar with Drabbles. It's, like, kind of like that. I don't know. This is all very, like, fandom-y. Then my mom said, one day, I want all the passwords to your accounts. So I deleted it. And I was so sad because I lost all my Dance Moms fandom friends, which is, like, 3. The thing is, I don't remember any of their names, but they were, like, my best friends for, like, at least a year. It's a really weird thing. So, I had a Wattpad fanfiction account of Dance Moms that was linked to my Instagram that I didn't use. I didn't put anything on there. I actually had 2 Wattpad accounts. One was my backup account and one was my real account. The real account, I can't remember the name for it. It was some variation of Dance Moms fanfiction. But I remember the one to the backup account, Dance Moms Reads, because that was an account that the fanfiction got 45,000 reads on. How I don't know, because it was very poorly written. It was called Everything Has Changed, and it was about, like, 15 years later, and the girls were doing, like, this, and that, and I thought I was, like, being, like, probably, like, the Ernest Hemingway of our generation. I don't know why. Then I got locked out of the account. This is a theme. And then it just grew. And now I, like, go and make fun of it on my real Wattpad account, which I will now talk about. My actual Wattpad account, which you can find right now, is, Colleen Cosette is the name. Is that my real name? No. My real name's Erin. My middle name is Colleen. And I love Les Miserables so much. I loved it more back then. But my favorite character is Cosette. So I thought, Colleen and Cosette. Boom, there we go. No one's going to stalk me on the internet. And no one has. Please don't start stalking me on the internet. But I created a moderately successful Dance Moms fanfiction account on Wattpad. And my most popular fanfiction is called Breaking Nia. It's just so freaking weird. Like, I acknowledge this, but I was like 12. It was about Nia Sue. Oh my god, her last name's Frazier. I just remembered it. Nia Frazier, who was the only black girl, like, in the group. Only, like, person of color in the group, period. So you can imagine that can be, like, an isolating incident, especially when you're on national television. And I had, like, such a soft spot for Nia. I just love Nia. I just think she's wonderful, and she was such an underrated dancer. So I was, like, I was going through some struggles of my own, right? So I was like, what if Nia had an eating disorder, and she was older, But also, she was in love with Josh Hyland, because I did have a little bit of a crush on Josh Hyland, but, like, let's be real, who didn't? I haven't, like, looked on his Instagram in years, but, I mean, he could probably still get it, honestly. He could. Anyway, I was like, what if she was in love with Josh Hyland, who, psych, also had an eating disorder? Which is, like, weird to say, but, yeah, it was, like, it's weird to write fan fiction about people's, like, real lives. I understand that now that I'm, like, an adult. It's just, it was very odd. So, I mean, I wrote it, and it got 7,000 reads, which is nothing as much as Everything Has Changed, which is my worst one. And then I wrote Dance Moms fan fiction for, like, 3 more years. And then I started writing poetry on that account too, which actually got kind of popular. And I liked doing it better because I wasn't really into Dance Moms anymore. I kind of stopped watching it after season 5. Not even season 5, season 4. Because it got really squirrely and they kept introducing, like, new girls onto the team. And, like, some of the girls left for various reasons because it was, like, downright abusive there. It was, like, awful. Like, verbally abusive. And, like, Maddie Ziegler was, like, off doing, like, her Sia thing, you know. It was wackadoo. But I had this one the last Dance Moms fan fiction I've ever written, was called In the Middle of the Night. It's named after a lyric in a Fiona Apple song. And it was about Chloe. She was a dancer in New York. She was in her 20s. And originally, it was going to be about the kid from Dance Moms Miami, which only had 1 season because their studio burnt down after the first season. So awful. It's so sad. Lucas from Dance Moms Miami and Chloe from Dance Moms, they had, like, an unrequited love thing. Then I left it for a couple months and I found out I was bisexual, and then I was like, what if I made this gay? Because I really hadn't read any gay Dance Moms fan fictions. So I'm kind of, like, revolutionary in setting the trend. Most Dance Moms fan fictions were awful. They were bad. They all had the same plot, or there was tons of drama confinement in the fan fiction because the whole fandom was made up of, like, 12-year-olds about various stupid things that I don't even really remember. I just knew it was so freaking stupid. Most Dance Moms fan fictions were bad, brother. There was a good ones. There was Black and White Converse by California Dreamin'. That's pretty good. There was one called The Pressure to Be Perfect, which is, I'm so obsessed with The Pressure to Be Perfect. And did I steal the idea for Breaking Nia from The Pressure to Be Perfect? I just might have, because it was about Chloe having bulimia. But she didn't fall in love with Josh Hyland. But she had bulimia, and I remember it's just so, I go back and read it sometimes because it's that good. It's just so chillingly written, and you just, like, feel it in your bones. And it just, the tone is just so isolated and so dark. Oh my god, it was so brilliantly written, though. And then there's, like, a couple one-off stuff. Do I remember it? No, not at all, because most of it was bad. But I was writing this fan fiction called In the Middle of the Night, and I thought, what if I made Chloe fall in love with a woman? And that was the whole thing. So she was falling in love with a woman, and that was about it. And then she got married to her, and then Lucas was homophobic. I was like, oh wait, I gotta bring Lucas back into this shit, I forgot about him. I did, I totally forgot about him, and he used to be, like, the central part of the plot. So I finished writing that, and then I went on to be semi-successful in the Wattpad poetry world, but not at all. Here's my kitty. Hi. Hello. You like Dance Moms? You like Dance Moms, Noodle? He doesn't like Dance Moms. And so it was, like, 2016, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm talking to the cat. You remember that? You remember that? 2016? You don't. Remember when President Trump got elected? You don't, because you're a cat. You like it? Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's basically my story. The fact that I was writing fan fiction about real people's lives was really weird. I didn't like it. Anyway, so all I have to say, I hope you enjoyed this fake mukbang, and this rant about me being in Dance Moms, in the Dance Moms fandom. If you were in the Dance Moms fandom, please let me know in the comments. What was your experience of it? How old were you? I never met anyone who was a boy in the Dance Moms fanfiction community, or the Dance Moms fan community, if you were a boy in the Dance Moms fan community, how was it like? Because we got a lot of girls who pretended to be boys for clout, but if you were like a real boy in the Dance Moms fandom, how was it? Let me know. Anyway, this video is 15 minutes long. Goodbye.